This is the Iowa Weather Report for Sunday, December 28th, 2014. Now the first look at the 0Z GFS model run at noon today. We have a system moving across the south, producing quite a bit of rain down there. System coming in from the northwest is going to be bringing us a little bit of snow, but the main story will be the cold air coming in behind it. Highs today will be mainly in the 20s and 30s with partly to mostly sunny skies around, and it's going to be probably the warmest day we're going to see in quite some time, so you better enjoy it because, unfortunately, as we head into Monday, here you can see, here comes a little bit of snow as we mentioned before, but the cold air is going to be coming in. Temperatures will be really taking a tumble as we go through the day. Highs will be early in the day and then falling. Eastern counties could squeeze out a couple of low to mid-30s before it starts to fall by late in the afternoon into the evening. But Tuesday, it's going to be very cold. Highs will be in the single digits in the northern and northwestern counties, especially in snowpack areas. Teens elsewhere, lows below zero in the snowpack areas, single digits above zero in non-snowpack areas. And it still just remains cold as we move through the week. Wednesday, highs will still be in upper single digits through the teens across the state. It will be somewhat sunny. Thursday, it starts to warm up a little bit, teens, and maybe a 20-degree temperature or two. But system off in the desert southwest. We will need to watch this in the coming days, at least by Friday and into Saturday. System moves slowly up into our direction. See rain breaking out to our south, snow breaking out to our north, and that's the boundary between the seasonal air around here and slightly warmer and the Arctic air that wants to come back in again. Saturday, those two seemingly merge into a big storm that could move in our direction Friday night into Saturday. Still too early to determine what type of precipitation we may get. Could be snow, could be a wintry mix, could be a lot of snow, but the main story going into next Sunday, though, is, if you notice, ridge over Alaska. What does that mean? The cold air gets displaced back down into our neck of the woods again. So it looks like we'll get cold, then we'll moderate, have a storm, and then start to look like it'll get cold again. You can see the high pressure systems over British Columbia and Alberta, and that could be making an inroad into the country by the beginning of the following week. Going into the extended period, January the 8th. You see right off the bat, flow from northern Canada, across the prairie provinces, and then into the Great Lakes and Northeast. Still, it'll be close enough that it could keep the temperatures just a skosh below seasonal levels for the early part of January. No systems around at this point around the 8th, if this is to be correct. Some over the east, Great Lakes, and off in the west. So it looks to be somewhat quiet. But then as we go into January 12th, zonal flow at least across the country. You see the flow coming through the Pacific, diving in with a trough axis across the high plains, and then up to our north is what people would call the polar vortex. But anyway, around here, if this is to be correct, we'd have a storm off the east coast, a storm off the west coast, and then a disturbance in the middle part of the country around here that could bring us a little bit of flurry activity or light snow, but it's still more than 2 weeks away. Satellite image from last evening, this is right now and not 2 weeks away. We had a system moving across the south with a little bit of rain and some thunder as well. Next system in our neck of the woods is coming from Montana and Alberta, and it'll be sweeping in later today and into tomorrow. Watch warning map from last evening, some flood watches across the south. They've been getting quite a bit of rain and are expected to get more. Wind chill warnings across North Dakota, Minnesota, that's with the cold snap, and winter weather issues across the northern Rockies and the Cascades. The QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days through Thursday evening at 6 o'clock, showing little precipitation around here, although we will get snow, but it'll be very little moisture content. Heaviest precipitation will be across the south where those flood watches are in effect.